Hey, what's up guys, it's HoveringBanana, and for today's video I thought I'd go over what I consider to be the best items to trade in Rocket League. Now these are items I've had consistent success selling over my 7 to 8 months of trading. For this kind of guide I would have loved to maybe work with some other big traders to compile like a very solid list of the best items to trade. But I don't think any of them want to compromise their items and maybe lose out on profit, so unfortunately I have to fly solo on this one. And finally, I trade on PC, so I'm not sure how well these items trade to maybe the consoles, and vice versa. So with introductions out of the way, let's look at some of these items. So the first one might sound a bit silly, and most of you probably know this one, but it goes to keys. Now keys are incredibly popular in Rocket League trading. The only factor that can affect the value of keys is if Psionics decides to adjust the prices. That means keys are incredibly stable, and for that reason on PS4 and PC they are used as currency. Almost all traders will accept keys for their items, but sometimes you'll come across someone who's not looking for keys. For example, in my trading series when I had Crimson Vaults, I wasn't looking to sell them for like a decent or good offer in keys. Instead what I was trying to do was look for a very good overpay in items. Next up we have crates. Now I had a lot of success with crates in my early days. Nowadays maybe not so much, but the reason I decided to list them after keys is because they relate to keys, as well as the next item that I'm going to mention in the list. Some of the ways people profit off crates is that they'll buy at a better ratio than they sell. So they'll buy 15 for one key and then they'll try to sell 10 to one key. With the new crates I feel you get a few more options. You can also try doing a better ratio, but you can also try trade your items for the new crates and then sell those new crates for keys. I did that a lot in my trading series with turbo crates, and I'm probably going to try it now with the new nitro crates. An example I recently just did was I traded my Octane ZSR for one nitro crate. It takes a bit of time getting one key for your ZSR, but I was easily able to trade it for one nitro crate, and then I sold that one nitro crate for 2 keys plus a certified discotheque. Alright, next up are the new crate cars. So in the trading series you might have seen I had a lot of success trading endos. I'd like buy them for 2 keys and easily sell them for 3. I probably would have done that several times and made some good profit, but to see that same trade over and over would have been a bit boring. When the Dom GT was brand new, as well as the Breakout Type S, I made a lot of profit trading those cars, and with the new Mantis I'm probably going to play around with it and see if I can grab some good deals. Now I feel I have so much success with these new crate cars because there's so much demand for them when they release. Now this can be seen on oraltrades.com. That website has a nice feature where it has like a trending section, and number 1 usually always goes to a new crate car. Next up we've got black market decals. Now unfortunately black market decals only tend to vary about 1 key. So you'll have like a biomass at like 5 to 6 keys, or a slipstream at about 8 to 9 keys. So let's say you bought that slipstream for 8, you sold it for 9, that's only 1 key profit, which is decent. But I think where black market decals really shine is because they're so popular, you can find like a good overpay in items. So instead of like trying to sell it for 9 keys, you can maybe get like 11, 12 or 13 keys in items. Another nice quality I think black market decals have is that they're fairly safe. So if we exclude any like significant price drops, maybe like from a new crate, they generally tend to be pretty stable. So let's say you bought that slipstream for 8 keys but you're struggling to get a great deal out of it. You usually shouldn't have too much trouble trading it back for the 8 keys. Okay, for the next item we have painted wildcat ears. Now I've had a lot of success selling painted wildcat ears. For several months I used to buy them easily for 1 key and then easily sell them for 2. And through doing that I made maybe 200 keys in profit just from painted wildcat ears. However, at that time I do feel they were kinda underappreciated, whereas people nowadays are catching on. So I do believe that's going to make it more difficult to get 2 keys now for them. For my trading series I had some sky blue wildcat ears and I was trying to sell them for 2 keys. And it was a bit of a challenge to trade them. So maybe you can instead buy 2 pairs for 2 keys and then sell them together for 3 keys. Or you can try to buy them cheaper than 1 key each. You can maybe look at like maybe 2 to 3 turbo crates for a pair. And then if you have to like settle for 1 key, you're still making profit off that. So definitely look into trading those if you haven't. Next up we've got black uncommon wheels. So a few months back I used to have a lot of success selling painted uncommon wheels. So nowadays I only suggest people sell like the better wheels in the best color, which is black. So you've got the black Tanika, the black Daichi and the black Sunburst. Those I feel are the top 3 painted uncommon wheels. I've traded a few black Tanikas in my trading series, buying them for 2 and selling them for like 3 to 4 keys. You can also maybe add black vortex into there, but I didn't feel they were as good as the other three. Then you've got some of the lower tier uncommon wheels, but they still do very good in black. Black Invader, Black Stern, Black Spider, Black Ohm, and Black Velos wheels. I found out they pronounced Velos instead of Veloce, which is kind of disappointing. I think Veloce sounds a lot cooler than Velos. But yeah, with these black uncommon wheels, you can buy them for like 1 key and sell them for 2 or more. I recently bought a pair of Black Invaders for 1 key, and then about 5 minutes later I sold them for like 2.5. There are some wheels you could maybe add to this list, such as Black Alchemist, Black Octavian and Black Neptune. But for the other black uncommon wheels, such as the Black Asterias, the Black Falcos, the Black Trahea, I wouldn't really suggest those. Next up, we have one that might be a bit surprising, and that is white Lobo wheels. Now I used to buy these for 2 keys back in the day, and when I put them in my store for 3 keys, they sold out pretty quickly. I very recently acquired a pair for just 1 key, and sold those a few minutes later for 2. I maybe should have held onto them a bit longer, try to sell them for 3. But I do feel the demand for these is a lot higher than the other Lobo wheels, so it's something to look into. Next up we got painted Spuralis wheels. Now I feel most colors would be good to trade, but I do feel the best are the crimson and the white. I think those are the 2 standout ones for me. You can buy either color for about like 4, then sell them for maybe like 5 to 6. I do feel that the crimson used to beat the white, then they began to like even out, but I think now I'm going to rank the white higher than the crimson, because I've just recently been having a lot more success selling white. So I definitely say have a look at those 2 colors, and probably check out some of the lower colors, such as like sky blue, black, purple, forest green. I just think overall Spuralis should be easy to trade for you guys. Next up we have the 2 best Chakram wheels, white and black Chakrams. Now I definitely say check out black Chakrams. You can try buy a pair for like 4 to 5 keys and then sell it for 6 to 7. I feel the white Chakrams aren't nearly as good as the black ones, but you could still look into them, and a big maybe on some of the other better colors, such as sky blue and cobalt. Next up we have painted Fsl wheels. Now these alongside Spuralis really surprised me in how well they did. The colors that performed best for me were white, sky blue, cobalt, forest green and purple, and I'd suggest checking out all those colors, seeing what they're going for, what kind of demand there is, but I think you can make some good profit from those. And if I had to rank those colors, I'd say white is definitely first, then we have sky blue second, forest green third, cobalt fourth, and then purple fifth. The next few items we're going to look at are pretty strange, but I've had some good success selling the exotic wheels in some of their worst colors. Some examples are cobalt loopers, black loopers, sienna loopers, then cobalt photons, black photons, and then black pulses. Now for these you want to buy them at a cheap price, because if you buy them at their average price it might be difficult to get the higher value out of them. Next up we have some painted exotics that I used to have a lot of success selling, but I haven't sold a pair recently, and these are the white disco, the crimson loopers, and the crimson photons. Before white discos and crimson loopers rose in price, I used to trade quite a lot of them. I'll probably get back into white discos, but I think with the crimson loopers I might hold off on them. Crimson loopers have been dropping quite a bit, and a lot of the crimson exotics aren't doing too well, whereas I'm actually expecting white discos to go up in price. And with crimson photons we haven't really seen like a fluctuation in price, but I just feel the demand dipped on them, but I might give them another try. Oh, and I forgot to mention the crimson pulses, which I feel are like in the same boat as crimson photons. And the last thing I want to talk about is new painted items and why I wouldn't suggest trading them. Now when they are new painted items, they're usually at their most expensive point, and they generally drop quite quickly from there. Now you definitely can make profit off them. There are no set prices and there's a lot of hype, so people could pay you like crazy amounts for the item, or you might be able to predict that the item's going to be like very expensive. But it's quite risky, and I think the majority of people watching this video might be inexperienced in trading, and when that's the case I think it's better for you guys to take like some safer trades and build up that confidence in trading, and then take some bigger risks that might reap some bigger rewards. And that is where I'm going to end today's video. Hopefully some of you found it useful. If you love Rocket League trading content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter at HoveringBanana for any news or updates or feedback about trading. If you want to show me and the channel some extra support, there's a link to my Patreon page down in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.